Well, hello folks. There is the main event right there. My 2017 F-550 with the 6.7 Powerstroke, 6-speed transmission. It just hit 200,000 kilometers. And what I'm going to do today, it has been doing this for me. It's coming up on 6 years now, so has not had an easy life. We're going to get my 8-ton Kubota, so we'll have 30,000 pounds behind this truck. 200,000 kilometers pretty much of doing that. No engine issues, no transmission issues, no driveline issues, brakes. Did do a full brake job on it, which wasn't cheap, especially with these heavy duty brakes. Only one set of brakes, no front end parts as of yet, but that is about to change. It's got some wobble into it, so there's some steering components that are definitely wore out. The only other thing that's wrong with this truck, I guess two other things, is the air conditioning does not work and the fuel tank gauge does not read right, because apparently these tanks, they can kind of collapse and it doesn't read. So when it's full, it shows like half a tank. Right now it's showing like quarter of a tank, so I'm going to stop and fill it up. And they want like $3 grand to replace the fuel tank, which is insane, to be honest. I've got the big tank on back, which is, you know, usually at least half full, so we're good to go there. But it's had some battle wounds, none of which I have actually done. So the door here, one of my guys was leaving a tower site one time and he took the turn too tight and he hit the side of the gate and dented this door in, but it still works fine. So you know what, whatever. I think the same guy also hit a couple parking bumper spots in parking lots. It's been sprayed by the mulcher a few times, which is completely avoidable, but it wasn't. And then the hubcap is like dented in, but other than that, it's in really good shape. Obviously there's no rust, none of the mirrors are broken. The CM truck bed is definitely due for a sandblast and a paint, but all the LED lights and everything all work great on this. Nothing is wrong with the truck bed whatsoever. Yeah, it's been a good truck. The interior is holding up good. There's no rips or nothing in the seat, and I've had, you know, a few people in and out of this truck, but you can see no rips or tears in the seats. They're dirty because this thing is complete work. Love how we have the vinyl floor in this thing. Carpets would suck, that's for sure. It would probably have a smell to it with carpets, with all the mud and water and stuff on your boots and all that. Don't know the payload on it, because when they did the truck bed, that changes everything. But I mean, it's still looking pretty good, really. Back seats are in really good shape. Can't say anything bad about this truck whatsoever. It has more than paid for itself, that's for sure. I really hope nothing happens to it, because I want to keep this truck as long as possible. We've got the 2022 Ktrail 34,000 pound GVWR 25+5 behind the truck. The electric brakes, which work really good. Diamond C sitting over there. But anyway, we got a pretty decent trip to go out and pick up this excavator and bring her back here and set her off to the side until next week. I believe it's going on a clearing job next week, or a mulching job, one of the two, which is my old excavator as well, which this truck hauled all around the Maritimes, just with a different trailer. I have my SureTrack trailer then. So that's the only thing that has changed in this whole setup. All right, well, here we go. So yeah, it was at like quarter of a tank. I filled it up, I got like 60 liters in it, and now it's just above half a tank. So that's how it reads. You can see the steering wheel is a little bit crooked. It's pulling to the right, so I need some alignment done, but there's some front end parts that are definitely getting sloppy, that's for sure. I don't think it's anything major like wheel bearings and things like that, but you know, tie rods and who knows, right? But they talk about these Fords having death wobble and whatnot, and this thing was solid as can be for the longest time. And definitely a heck of a lot better than my Rams, that's for sure. 200,000 kilometers on this thing, and no front end parts as of yet. But yeah, we're heading out to load up. Try to make some decent speed right now, because coming back will be a bit slower. Definitely lost a couple ponies over the years. It doesn't have quite the same jam as it used to. Also, no emission issues on this truck. It still has all that stuff intact. I don't want to jinx it, that's for sure. The clean exhaust filter definitely comes up a bit more now than what it used to, but it's not like a regular occurrence, but it does come up more than what it used to. I know that for sure. So you know, that's something that I need to think about down the road. But as of now, fingers crossed, knock on plastic, all has been good on that side of things. All right, well, here we are coming up in my hometown. I can tell you, I made this trip up over this hill here a lot of times in my life, because up here is where the gas station is, the grocery store is, and the fun store, if you know what I mean. We're not going that way. We're going up here. It's actually my cousin walking there. So we've got big time hill climb coming here right now. Luckily the truck is empty right now, but it's going to be coming down loaded. She is steep, let me tell you. Go. Fourth gear. Luckily there's no snow on the road. I don't want to be coming down that hill 30,000 pounds behind this truck with bad roads. That's for sure. Luckily it's not long. Short. She's definitely steep. All right, well, there she is, loaded up and ready to go. This machine, I guess you call it a machine. This truck has hauled this machine around a lot. They got a lot of history together, that's for sure. Just like the Ford, the 550, the Kubota's got a few battle wounds on it. Still going strong. So we're going to increase our trailer brake gain here, especially going down that hill. It's nice this road is a very quiet road where we load it up. We are off. This should be a Ford commercial. Because other than this truck, the only truck that's taking more abuse is that one right there. We are off. Getting off the line is definitely where the 488 gears really helps. If I could do over again, the only thing about this truck that I would change is I would do 444 gears. The 488s, they're good, you know, especially for doing what I've been doing with this truck for so long. But I mean, you're on the highway cruising at 100, 105 or something. She's up at like 2,500 RPM. It's a little bit much, but not very often is this truck not hauling a trailer around, so it's good. It's good for, you know, downshifting and slowing down too, the higher gears, but I think the 444s is the sweet spot. But now this thing got a load on the back of it. It actually drives a heck of a lot better. The suspension in these things is so stiff. And then I've got airbags on this thing too. The compressor's not working right now. I think the battery in the remote is dead, but it still has air in it. But I mean, it's like it has like a 9 spring pack on this thing, so she's stiff. We're up here in the 40s, Lake Ramsey right now. Lots of hills. We got a couple big hills coming up right off the get-go here. And then that really steep, twisty one going down. The rest of the way is not bad until we get to Michelin Hill. That's a pretty good pull too. Got a nice steep hill right here. 5th gear right now. Obviously the exhaust brake is not the best in this truck. So that is what makes the 488s good. They're not the best in the Powerstrokes to begin with, but then in the D-rated trucks, they're even worse. Like the exhaust brake in that truck, my 350, is much better than what's in this, but the transmission holds this back quite nice. I haven't touched the brake there at all going down those hills. Let's see how she does going down this one. The brake, downshift, 3rd gear. I want to get her down to like 40 here. Down to 2nd gear. Another brake tap. It could be people pulling out of the bank down here, or the Legion, or whatever. So I don't want to have to force myself to try to make a quick stop. Very controlled. Tell you what, not much to complain about with this truck, let me tell you. My biggest complaint is the same complaint with all of these XLT trucks from 2017 to 2022, I guess, is the XLT seats. They're absolutely terrible. All right, let's cruise around back to the pit. On the highway here, you know, on pretty much flat ground, I got the cruise set to 104 kilometers an hour. So, you know, like 75, 76, or no, 65, 66 miles per hour. And at 6th gear, 2200 RPM. Just cruising, hand barely on the steering wheel. Drives good. It's got a little bit of a hop, a little bit of a shake to it, like I said before. And there's the kilometers, in case I didn't show that. So 200,388. So, you know, like 120, 122, 23 or something thousand miles. Unreal, really. It just blows my mind. I know when I first bought this truck and trailer and started hauling around this excavator, I had so many people commenting and saying, oh, you're gonna blow it up in the first 6 months, it's gonna fall apart, that's too much weight, too hard to work for the truck, you know, calling it unsafe, saying that I couldn't stop if I needed to, and you know, all that stuff. That was going on 6 years ago now. Truck's still going strong. If it did happen to blow up tomorrow, which I really hope it doesn't, obviously, it exceeded my expectations. No issues with it as far as stopping or being unsafe or any of that. So to those guys, I say, haha. We're still going. All right, let's see how she does here on Michelin Hill. We got no traffic in front of us, which rarely happens. We just downshifted to 5th because we're speeding up a little bit, but not too much. Just letting the truck do its thing, because if I wanted to cheat, I would have been coming down that hill flying. Drop down to 5th. We're into the hill heavy now. 90 kilometers an hour, slowing down. Oh, she's biting hard now. Still in 5th. 75. 70. 4th gear. This car behind me is actually following me, which is quite funny. 4th gear, holding. Now we're speeding up. 5th. Why would that car not have passed me? Still in 5th. Back on flat ground. Speeding up. 6th. And we're back up to cruising speed. So hey, that's not bad. Yeah, it could use a bit more power, which I could do with some modifications, but that's not bad. A trip in the books for the old tow beast 2017 F-550 Powerstroke. Now get this thing unloaded. There's the rammer. All right, folks, there it is. Back safe and sound. The other thing that I forgot to mention about this truck is that it has had the upper oil pan seal replaced once, and it is leaking again. So I do need to do that, which is a kind of a pain in the butt that the Ford can't fix that right. But man, there she is, just sitting here purring like a kitten. Did it again. Well, folks, I guess that's gonna do it for this one. I know a lot of people, the OGs, I guess you can call them, from way back when, they're always asking for videos on this truck, saying this is their favorite truck on the channel. Well, there she is. It's not going nowhere, I promise you that. So until next time, folks, take care, stay safe. We'll see you then. Bye.